Hi, this is Bridget from SpeechTherapyTalk.com, and today I'm going to talk about our most popular ebook, Toddler Talk Technique and Games. Now, this ebook, materials, guide, whatever you would like to call it, is written for both parents and professionals, and it's all about techniques on how to encourage those first few words and build really strong language skills. Now, it's for parents or speech therapists who are working with children who are between 12 months and 3 years old and not talking, or just saying a couple words. And this book, it will teach you different techniques and games to encourage those first few words without creating frustration and stress. Now, this book was born due to a personal situation. So my son was a late talker. 12 months. No first words. 18 months, no first words. 24 months, a couple words. 36 months, and I still didn't have this language explosion that I was waiting for. Now, I know as a parent that waiting for those words and language growth can be excruciating. And I knew what to do. And I knew how to support language at home. And it still was really painful. It was really stressful. Now, my husband did not go to grad school to be a speech language pathologist, and he was interested in wanting to help, and I would tell him what to do, might write a few notes, try this, talk like this, but he still wasn't quite getting it. And I realized I was using a lot of jargon. I wasn't explaining things in a lot of details, and it was confusing for him. So I started writing out scripts. I started playing with my son and say, hey, watch this, see what I'm doing. And after we were playing, I would say, hey, did you see why I did this? Did you see why I waited for this? How I held this toy? And he was like, no, I had no idea. And so I realized I needed to be a better teacher. So I wrote out scripts. I started having him watch me play with my son. And lo and behold, our son started making progress because my husband now knew what to do, I knew what to do, and we just had all that language input for him, and he started improving. And I realized that a lot of times parents just don't know what to do. And so that's kind of why I started writing, that is why I started writing Toddler Talk, Technique and Games. What it does is it first gives parents a background on language development. What is communication? What are the different areas of communication? How do they all fit together? What does it mean? And this part is not to be skipped because you do need to know how language fits together. You do need to know some of the jargon. What's receptive language? What's expressive language? What's pragmatics? What's syntax? And how each of these skills are a foundation that needs to be achieved for the next language skill, for the next. And so that's the first part of the book. Then you will learn what a child should be able to do by a certain age. What are their speech and language milestones? What are we working for? We don't want to expect too much, and we don't want to expect too little. After that, I will teach you different simple techniques on how to encourage those words. What can you do when you play with your child? Now, this isn't there's no worksheets. There's nothing to print out. Instead, you're going to learn how to encourage those words, how to expand vocabulary while you are already doing your daily routine. When you're sitting down playing with a child, you're going to learn how to play with your child. You're going to learn how to talk with your child in order to model and encourage those words. And then there's so there are handouts that you can print, but there's just ideas. When you're playing with your child, try doing this. And then I will give you scripts to walk you through what it really should look like. And then as a bonus, we'll have some more play ideas for you and some other ways you can just encourage language. Now, there's no apps here. There's no games here. I would love if an app could teach a child how to talk. That would make my job really easy, but there really isn't. A child, especially a child who is having trouble learning speech and language skills, needs to learn those speech and language skills throughout the day in very functional activities in their most natural environment. And that's what this book will teach parents how to do. For professionals, this book is also for you because all of the games are in a printable form. So let's say you're working on a child, you're working on recasting or expanding utterances. There will be scripts and games that you can print out, give to the parent, and then that parent can work on that skill throughout the week. If you have any questions, please leave them below and I will do my best to answer them. You can email me at bridget@speechtherapytalk.com, or you can head over to speechtherapytalk.com/toddler-talk. And you can read a little bit more about our product. It is only $19.99, which is a deal since most speech therapy sessions are over $100 per session. So for only $19.99, you can start working on these skills at home today. All right, thanks for listening and have a great day.